Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller, the podcast. I'm joined by Seth.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for finding us on the internet.
Now, these shows originally aired on Brookings Radio, but now they're all here for your enjoyment. I hope you like it.
There you go. Sit back, enjoy the show, relax. Let us know if you want to see anything on future shows. As we said, this comes out live in the Brookings area, but enjoy this archive episode.
Beer Untapped with Perry Miller.
Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. From delivering beer from the back of a pickup to opening a $30 million destination brewery, Surly Brewing of Minneapolis is a true craft beer success story, and this week, they're coming to South Dakota. Surly owner and founder Omar Ansari began Surly at a time when the Twin Cities was hardly a craft beer mecca.
In 2004, I got the idea to start a brewery. The Twin Cities only had one other craft brewery, so it seemed like a pretty wild idea. And we sold our first keg in 2006. Todd Haug's our head brewer, and he's always been brewing the beer and in charge of that. And, I used to deliver beer in my F-250 and knock on doors and try and get accounts. And more often than not, people didn't want the beer. And just as the years went on, we had a lot of fans behind us and support, and they kept asking for beer, and things kept growing.
He says they hit capacity in their old facility, his parents' former abrasives factory.
We decided to go ahead and build a new brewery, and we wanted to be able to sell glasses of beer to customers. So in Minnesota, to do that, we had to change the law. So we did that. So now all craft breweries can sell their own beer at their brewery, and we've built this huge new facility, and now we got enough beer for South Dakota.
Surly makes some of the highest-rated beers in America, including some fabulous IPAs, Abrasive in honor of that old factory, Furious and Todd the Axeman, as well as Darkness Imperial Stout. In 2006, selling a big and bold IPA like Furious in Minnesota was not always easy.
We thought we should brew some beers that made a statement and were far different than anything that was here. As we like to say, we brew beer for people that didn't know they wanted it until they drank it. But I was delivering beer to an account one time, and to the bar manager, and he drank it, and he spit it out. I really wasn't sure how to wrap up that sales call. I think I said, "Why don't you call me?" They didn't put the beer on for a couple years, but ironically enough, last year they had a big darkness event for us. So I guess in 10 years, the beer world has changed quite a lot.
It wasn't obvious a decade ago that this was going to be a successful endeavor.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, we've kind of been on the rising tide of what's going on nationwide, and obviously in 2006, there weren't any other breweries. It was just Summit, so I don't think it was obvious that it was going to happen. But man, things sure have changed. I mean, we were the second craft brewery in the Twin Cities, and probably number 4 or 5 in the state. I think now there's 90 craft breweries in Minnesota. It's incredible just how things have exploded, and craft beer is everywhere.
More with Omar Ansari of Surly Brewing right after this.
Hey, hobby, beer, beer, 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 hobby.
Welcome back to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller as we talk Surly Brewing and their full-fledged arrival into South Dakota this week. Omar Ansari started distributing Surly beer in 2006. Of course, they've become incredibly popular in the region, and last year opened a brand new $30 million destination brewery in Minneapolis.
The great thing about being a beer business is getting a chance to travel, and we got to see some pretty fantastic spots around the country. Stone Brewing being one of them, Victory Brewing, Founders, and really sort of being inspired by those places and what they've done for craft beer. And that to me was really the big, it was really going to Stone and just seeing what was going on there and saying, man, this is incredible what we can do. And that's what we've really, we wanted to make something that would bring people into our world and put our brewery front and center. And so we've got about a 250-seat beer hall, 300-seat beer garden, fine dining restaurant upstairs, an event center upstairs. The brew house is on display. We've got great food to match along with the beer. So it's a pretty great-looking building. It's a pretty unique space, and it's hopefully something everyone every beer lover will have on their bucket list of places to go see.
He says they built a facility to match their beer.
Everything, when we do something at Surly, we try and do it the best we can. So, with the architecture, we've won a number of architecture awards. On the food side, we wanted to give that as much attention as the beer. So our chef was nominated for the James Beard Award, which is kind of the Oscars of the food world. And we've had some. We just had a local review say probably one of the best beer dinners in America. So it's great to see some of that recognition of maybe pushing the envelope on some of the stuff that might certain dishes might not be for everyone, but that's part of the fun. You can kind of get you can get a burger, you can get some ribs, or you can go upstairs and get some foie gras. So kind of whatever you're looking for. And of course, we do have a lot of beer.
Omar will be in Sioux Falls next week for a couple of events.
We are excited to be back. It's been a while, and you'll certainly see us around. And I would love to see people come on out. So that's why I'm going to be there, is to come out and see beer drinkers and say thanks for supporting the brand.
On Thursday, May 12th, Omar will be at JJ's Wine and Spirits, 4 to 6 p.m. Then at Monk's, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. that day. They'll tap some barrel-aged darkness. And there'll be a Surly sampling at Brookings Liquor Store this Thursday, the 5th at 4 p.m. Your chance to sample and purchase Surly beer once again in Brookings. Finally today, a quick note on an upcoming event. Wooden Legs Brewing at Brookings will soon celebrate their 3rd anniversary. We'll have more on that coming up, but here's Seth Cook with a little preview.
The 3rd-year anniversary is coming up on Friday the 13th of May, so we're having a special affinity towards that.
Awesome.
We're having some live music that night, and then on the 14th, I think we're putting some special food on. The rumor I've been told from Joe the Kitchen Guy is that we're smoking a hog. Ooh. So come enjoy.
We'll talk more about that next week. Right?
It's just a teaser.
That's it for this week's show. Until next time, drink local and drink responsibly.
Thank you for listening to this archived edition of Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Feel free to listen to other episodes, and if there's anything you'd like us to talk about on a future show, please let us know. Thanks again.